everyone, my name is Sekar Kinanthi from Swantoro University, students majoring in communication science. So, at this time, I will retelling regarding the communication science webinar series with the theme of communication theory and research organized by Teori Swantoro University. Okay, the first material presented was Introduction to Communication Theory. Communication theory has two understandings, namely communication theory as a single theory and communication theory which refers to a number of ideas or ideas related to the communication process. Communication theory and research is the basis of the knowledge of communication science students, especially for writing their thesis. The development of theory in the field of communication science has been quite massive, and it is hoped that students can also be adaptive to the latest development, for example, related to the Korean wave. If critically examined, there are elements of the inclusion of cultural imperialism, and the methods and software developed can also be checked. With this, students can easily perform data analysis and develop creativity. In addition, students are also expected to be able to always be up to date in equipping themselves, namely by exploit knowledge related to various platforms and books on communication theory, so they can learn about the development of communication in the research field. Okay, then the next material, the second, is about the explanation of communication theory and research. In communication science, there are several theoretical concepts that become language. This theory makes humans the object of study because every human being has different experience. From time to time, they can change because they continue to grow and follow their surroundings, resulting in personal opinions that have been honed by scientists through several phase and curtain studies. Theory is the result of the thinking of scientists in observing the phenomena around them for a certain time and in a certain way, so that they can bring up a concept that can be used to respond to certain conditions. Communication theory is important to learn because we can see the reasons for a coherence of the social phenomenon and can find answers related to social problems associated with a communication perspective. This will provide new findings from exciting research in the field of communication. Among the many theories, you should choose based on goals and needs, so that the possibility of the theory will develop is much greater. When evaluating the theory use, comparison method can be used. So, it can be concluded the theory can be used to facilitate answering the problems in research you want to get. So the third material is an explanation of classification or views of theory. When we explore a theory, find differences and similarities, that is what is called a paradigm. This paradigm difference can be interpreted as a point of view. In grouping these theories, research method must also be considered. In determining communication theory, when conducting research, reading a lot will be the main key. Because through reading, students will understand the philosophy of a theory. So, when going to research, it is necessary to ascertain what aspect must be studied. In communication science, there are two methods, namely qualitative and quantitative. Quantitative research method will contain statically calculate data, then the result can be generalized. While qualitative will emphasize in the type data, so it can necessary to find a problem to be studied. Only then can determine the method to be used. Every phenomenon that is studied needs to be criticized in detail, especially with the methods and theory that have been chosen so that research can understand and research being carried out. Okay, now the last material, we will jointly explore what theory is frequently used by students when compiling their thesis. In preparing their thesis, usually many students will choose individual communication theories, such as the theory of attribution, social assessment, and symbolic interaction. In symbolic interaction, the meaning of the message will be obtained from the result of interactions between individuals, both verbally and non-verbally. Then, for a group theory, one of which is organizational theory, which will usually show an organizational structure that is hierarchical and controlled by rules. In the field of media and society, there are well-known theories, namely technological determinism, hypodermic needles, agenda setting, use and gratification, and cultivation. Cultivation theory can predict and explain the formation of perspective related to an understanding of a belief about the world as a result of receiving media message over a long period of time. Then, there are media theory such as digital literacy, which discuss the knowledge of a group of people regarding information in the digital world. Then there are the theories of diffusion, of innovation, information seeking, and many others. Communication models can also be used as a way to sharpen analysis. So you don't just use theory. Okay, so the conclusions that can be drawn when students will work on their thesis are: when determining the theory, it must also be adjusted to the specialization as well as the goals to be taken. If students feel they are suitable, they will automatically look for theories related to the topic to be studied. The step that can be used is to find an interesting topic to research after, which is it is adjusted to the theory related to the research to be carried out. It is important for students to be able to determine their field of interest and research by seeking as much information as possible. Usually, at least 10 other people's research articles relate to the topic to be used. After that, it must be prepared based on the exciting reality and theory. Okay, that's all the retelling I can say today. Thank you and goodbye.